Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. Joining me as always is the man I love to interrupt, the muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello everyone, Justin.
Hello everyone.
Hello. Yes, and of course I am the tech, Mitchell Wright. We're back. We've got a couple of trailer breaks. This first one, though, we're going to look at this second sneak peek / trailer of It that dropped on the MTV Movie Awards. I mentioned a little bit about it in a Geek feed the other night, but we really need to dig into it to do it a little justice. So before I get started, of course, we've got Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, Nicholas Hamilton, Finn Wolfhard, Javier Botet, Wyatt Olive, Jaden Lieberher, Sophia Lillis, Megan Carpentier, Stephen Williams, Owen Teague, Jeremy Ray Taylor, Jack Dylan Grazer, and the list goes on. But those are the main lists there they have on IMDb. Want to know the rest? Look it up. It's not my job, it's yours. But anyway, moving right along, as I always do, I look to you, good muse, and say, Justin, give it to me. What you got?
I liked it a lot.
Okay.
And I had this conversation earlier. The number one thing that I liked about this, surprise, surprise, are the kids. So I think their purpose for this trailer was not necessarily to build more suspense, even though it was a little suspenseful. Mm-hmm. The purpose of the trailer was to give us, the audience, of the class of kid acting that's going to be involved with this.
Okay.
I think that was the number one purpose of it, and it makes sense because who focus on? Those are kids. So you had that one shot, that awesome pyramid triangle of the balloons, and, you know, he does that death stare as they rise.
Yes.
It was good. But I think the purpose of this was to give us a showcase of the caliber of talent the kid acting is going to play. Because not only is Pennywise so important, but we forget the kids are just as important.
Yeah. Everyone's
been focusing on, you know, Skarsgård, whether he's going to do the Pennywise justice compared to Curry. But if the kid sucks, this movie is going to suck just as bad. Like, literally. He's only 50%, and the kids with the chemistry, and think how many kid characters that all have to work.
Yeah.
Very important.
Very true. Very true. And that's a lot of what I made notes on, is that the kids are solid, to use your word. They really are. That whole scene about the gray water and their banter back and forth. Right. It's how kids talk. It's how we talk to each other. Hell, it's how adults talk to each other when they're messing around. You've seen the outtakes with he and I. We're just as bad.
Right.
So I mean, it's believable. It makes it believable, folks, and that's really what we want and what we're going for here. I do like that no matter what scenes you have, whether they're outside, at night, inside, anything like that, this film has a consistent feel to it, okay? And it's that of unease. Right. You are uneasy because you never know when a normal moment is going to turn into a just creepy as one, okay? And I know I gotta beep that out, and shame on me. I shouldn't use bad words, but I'm sorry. That's the only way I can describe it, because my one word to wrap this up, and one thing I thought about doing is just having the one word to wrap it all up for you all, is red balloons. Because I will never look at red balloons, nor care to have red balloons in my house ever again. If I walk into this studio one night and there's a red balloon, I don't give a damn who's here. I'm running out the front door and I'm getting out of here. So that's just as simple as enough. This trailer looks terrifying, folks. Just like the first one. It just added on to it, so absolutely pumped. What's your number?
Well, I do want to point out, I had this conversation with my brother.
Okay.
I respect my brother's opinion when it comes to any art form. He's an artist himself, musician and painter and drawer. But
Agreed.
when it comes to movies, he has a good point.
Okay.
What he is concerned about are some other things, and they're legitimate concerns. Number one, we still haven't heard Pennywise talk. And
Right.
I told him that is because, in my opinion, it would surprise me if in the whole marketing we hear hardly anything, maybe just a laugh or something. I think they're saving that for a reason. And
Yes.
the reason why they're saving it is either he's going to be amazing, just like they kind of did with The Dark Knight. You didn't hear the Heath Ledger talk a lot in The Dark Knight. You
Right.
heard him some, but not really.
Right.
Or he's not going to be good at all. I think it's got to be either one of the two. So, but the other thing that Jared said was he's a little concerned about the makeup, the prosthetics. In other words, they have been focusing heavily on the prosthetics. You know, his head. It's all practical. It's like realistic prosthetics,
Right.
which is good.
Right.
Which is good. It's similar to the original TV show. But we haven't seen the monster side of him yet. And I agree with him. He's worried that that's going to become too CG and like too shaky cam. Now, in the first trailer, the only shaky cam or the fast cutting was at the very end scene when he's charging at the camera.
Right.
Everything else was steady, and it was shot beautifully. That was edited for the trailer. If you look, it's like multiple cuts. It's not like shaky cam. It's just like really fast. I'm not worried about that, but
No.
I am a little worried at this point. We haven't heard his voice. I'm worried about his monster, what he's going to look like as a monster. When he first came out of the water in the first trailer and his eyes were yellow, when he originally completely comes up in the movie and you see everything, it's going to be epic. I have a feeling it's going to be epic, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And
In
I
this
think they're
trailer-
saving it. I think you're right.
I kind of went off on way too much of a tangent.
Yes.
I apologize. But to answer your question, for this trailer, it was solid. For what they were going for, I'll give it...
Solid.
The music, when you said the tone, it's the music and the cinematography and all that. My
Agreed.
favorite part was not the end when the picture, it was when that red balloon slowly crept down the tunnel. And when it busted, I was just imagining Pennywise's face there. I was like, oh my God, no. I put on the binoculars. I was watching it through hand binoculars because I was afraid, like a little kid. I give it an 8, a solid 8.
A solid 8.
Sorry for taking so long, but yes.
Just an 8.
Well,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it was good. I wasn't as anticipated as the first trailer. The first trailer was perfect in my opinion.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, and I'm going to have to give it a 9 because I feel like it just added on to it. I think it was just, I think it came out to do what it wanted to do. It let us know that the kids were a great mesh, that they were going to hold their own in this, and it just goes to show that they added that tone of the movie throughout. The music is perfect. It builds on every scene, and,
Right.
man, red balloons, baby. Red balloons. I give it a 9. Simple
Right.
enough.
Well, that's a solid argument as well. I wasn't completely blown away. I wasn't like, oh my God, it didn't lift anything. It was just like, okay, it was a relief. Like, yes, the kids are good, solid.
Okay.
Now, when they focus, if they ever have another one that focuses on Pennywise and his ability as a monster, that's when I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing. That's pushing.
I feel like if they do that, they'll hold it to the very end.
I really hope they don't do that at all. I really
If they're
hope
smart,
don't
they
focus-
won't.
If they're smart, they won't. That's correct. They need to tease it. Like when when we hear the voice, all I want to hear is like one just little fast laugh. I'm just like, yes, that's what I'm waiting for. Or like imagine the opposite of the eye shot. What if they just did a shot of like just his teeth down as a monster, like him smiling or something? Like they need to focus and tease. That would be freaky, dude.
I think
about
they
that.
just need to keep teasing him like they have, and then that way, whenever we get into the theaters and we experience the full-fledged Pennywise himself, we are just that further blown away and impressed that they had the self-control to hold back.
Right.
Okay.
I agree.
Well, anyways, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook, we've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix. That's Flix. Give us a follow there. Give us a holler there. Troll there. Get involved. You all are the third geek, so get on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Leave us some comments, a like. You know, get involved, folks. We really want to hear from you all. We love it that the last few videos have had some comments in there. We don't mean to ignore anybody by any means, but, you know, That's how we get to know you. That's how we get the back and forth. That's how we get you on the show. And no, I'm not going to go up to the falsetto one this time because I'm not setting myself up. So just get that grin off your face.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
Next time.
Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I won't finish that line.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, anyways. Appreciate y'all sticking around and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors because we're going to catch you next time. Good night. That came out in 81.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was 1. This song is about as old as I am.
That's old, man. That's real old. I'm so glad I'm not that old yet. I didn't even know they had music back then. Oh. He's fidgeting.
I'll let that go.
I would never intentionally ever hurt your feelings, you ancient.
Lord forbid that you ever get anybody pregnant. Hey, you made the old comment, bitch. It's fair game.
So imagine if I had imagine if there was a little Justin, like biologically, if there was a little Justin running around. Imagine that. Think about that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I wasn't want to either.
Okay. I'm glad we settled this.
Tell me a number besides solid, and I will use that for what solid means. Tell me. See? That's my point.
You haven't given me any time.
I'm just saying, I don't have time when I have to think of it. You asked me what's my number without any notice. You start the show without any notice to begin with.
Good show. Good little something.
I feel solid about it.
God, shut the hell up.